Assalamualaikum guys.
Assalamu alaikum guys and welcome back.
Welcome back to our show. Thank you guys for coming back and thank you guys for the love of our show. Her voice, her future.
I'm so glad you guys are back to listen and inshallah khair. This is going to be our second session. So exciting. So first time we were a bit nervous.
Yeah.
But alhamdulillah, like this session is going to be great. So should we tell them a little bit more about this?
Yeah. Today's show is about mental health today. Make sure to listen and to take it in.
We're going to be talking about a lot of key topics.
Yeah.
And we even have a special guest lined up for you guys, inshallah. So, yeah. So, before we get into speaking to our guest and to letting you guys know who we brought, should we just tell them?
Yeah.
Today we've got Zainab, an accredited psychotherapist, and she works with us for Woman for Change. She's one of our volunteers, and it's really amazing to have her here today. But inshallah khair, we are going to we're gonna introduce her soon and stuff.
Yeah.
And we just wanted to recap our last session.
Yeah. Our last session was good. How did you think about it?
Alhamdulillah, it was really good. And for those of you that weren't there,
Yeah. We were talking about our volunteering for Women for Change, and also we had a guest, Habir Fahia, and she was amazing. Alhamdulillah, amazing guest. And also we're talking about saving St. Matthew's Centre as well. Make sure you guys sign the petition. We're nearly there. 1,600, right?
yeah, I think that was the latest.
Yeah.
And it's still growing, so inshallah khair, please support that one. And yeah, guys, if you guys missed it, for those of you that missed it, please go and check it out. It's on the live section of the YouTube under Women for Change. But yeah, guys,
We were very nervous
We
last
were.
week.
I feel like we've learned a lot from that.
And
but
yeah.
like,
Alhamdulillah.
alhamdulillah, it was the first time for
Yeah.
everything, you
Yeah.
know. And alhamdulillah, we even have this opportunity, you know. It's such an insane opportunity. So
Honestly, I didn't think I was going to be here today.
yeah, and but we are. But guys, that laughing that you can hear is our
the
guest. She's in the studio.
So let's give a round of applause. Woo!
To Zainab Abdi. So I'll introduce her, guys. Oh, sorry, guys. Production room. But we're basically round of applause for Zainab Abdi, an accredited psychotherapist.
Yeah.
And she's going to be talking to us about her about her journey, her journey into opening her own practice, Allahumma barik, whilst volunteering and doing uni. And basically, she's going to be talking about a lot, and she's going to talk about mental health, and she's going to talk about so much in this session. But
And
round of applause.
Yeah, and also she'll be giving you guys advice as well. It's important to know that it's okay not to be okay. Just let you know, guys. So she'll be talking to you about that as well. So let's introduce her now.
So, assalamu alaikum, Zainab.
Wa alaikum salam, guys. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
We're so happy to have you, Zainab.
Thank you.
And me
thank
and Esther are both like, cause it was such an amazing opportunity, you know, to even get you on. And
Oh, thank you.
And also, we wanted to learn more about psychotherapists as well, and also about mental health. So it was important to have you here today. Inshallah, we'll learn a lot about her journey and volunteering and career path also. So yes, so introduce yourself, please.
Assalamu alaikum, guys. You're doing such a great job. Alhamdulillah barik. I'm so proud of you guys.
Thank you
For
so
those
much.
listening, I volunteer with these two. So for them to be able to host their own show 2 weeks in a row, I'm so proud of them. Alhamdulillah barik.
Allah, thank
May
you
Allah
so
bless
much.
you guys.
Thank you,
And thank you for having me here today. I'm quite nervous, so if
Don't
you hear me
worry.
coughing, I don't know if there's a nervous cough or whatnot. So,
You're
just
the
ignore that.
psychotherapist, you should
Guys,
know that,
let's encourage her. Let's say well done for her coming here. This is her first time too as well. So let's
Yeah.
encourage her.
Thank you, guys. So this is a huge topic.
Yeah.
Where do you guys want to start?
We
So-
can start anywhere. We're
Yeah.
just gonna do a bit of recap and say salam alaikum and like get to know, just ease the environment a
Yeah.
little bit. Because jumping in straight in like last week was a bit nerve wracking.
Yeah.
So we did like our introduction.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your Ramadan. How's it going so far?
So far, so good. But I think we're on day 14. I've lost count, but alhamdulillah,
Yeah.
it's been good. It's good that we kind of break our fast early this
Honestly.
year, alhamdulillah. So yeah, I remember growing up and we would have to break our fast quite late.
2016, innit?
So I feel like this is
Yeah.
well deserved. But other than that, can't complain. It's come at a good time. I feel like we all need it, especially with everything else that's going around the world. It's good for us to be able to have something that focus, to give us that focus, that motivation for the next few months, inshallah, for the rest of the year. So yeah, I think for me it's come at a good time.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
How are you guys? How was your Ramadan?
I don't like alhamdulillah, Ramadan for me has been pretty chill in the sense that alhamdulillah, like it's been easy. Like I go to school, I come back, I go work, and by the time I come back it's literally iftar time. And I'm ready. Mom's ready with the food and I'm just like there. If I can help out, I can. If I make my
Yeah.
dessert or cook the food, it's just by the time you come home everything's like done. It's already iftar time.
Yeah.
And it has its positives in the sense that alhamdulillah I can find more time to pray and read my Quran and everything without my sleep schedule getting impacted too much. The 4 a.m. wake ups are kind of getting to me now.
Honestly.
And it's like I'm very much person that if I wake up and stuff, usually when Fajr was like 3 or 4 or 2 o'clock, I could just like go to bed.
Yeah.
But now I'm just like, I might as well just stay up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so far, alhamdulillah, it's pretty good.
Alhamdulillah.
How about you,
What
Mr.
about-
Hal?
Ramadan has been good, alhamdulillah. I've been doing Quran, more getting close to Allah. That's what I needed. Before I know I was getting close, but this time I really needed to get close even more to Allah
Yeah.
and do more du'as. And it's the right time to do du'a, especially for people around the world as well. There's been a lot of suffering as well, so we just need to do du'a. May Allah accept our du'a, inshallah.
Inshallah.
And like Zainab, when you said, and you Nistah as well, when you just said now, like Ramadan comes at the time you need it most.
Yeah,
Like-
definitely.
I was speaking to somebody about that the other day, and I even seen it a lot on Instagram and online, and it
Yeah.
says literally Ramadan comes when the heart needs it the most and when
Yeah.
the soul needs it the most.
Yeah.
So really and truly, let's replenish our souls. Let's get back into that Ramadan spirit,
Yeah.
and let's stay consistent throughout Ramadan, because that's something that like Ramadan has really gone by so fast.
Yeah.
So fast.
And we don't
Honestly.
even know when there's going to be the next. Like, you don't know if you never know if you're going to make it to the next one.
Yeah.
So just making the most out of it is just
Amazing.
in that it's just amazing. Wallahi.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I agree, and kind of carrying on those habits that we've learned or continue to do throughout Ramadan, even after Ramadan, and trying to just continue with those small deeds. So we use our time wisely during Ramadan and also after Ramadan, inshallah.
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 That's so facts.
Honestly.
Should we jump straight into it?
Yep.
Go on, guys, hit me with the question.
Brace yourself, brace yourself.
Brace yourself, honestly.
But inshallah, we're just gonna get started now. You guys got to feel about a little bit about who Zainab is and how Ramadan's going for her. But I introduced you and I said you're an accredited psychotherapist.
Yeah.
Forgive me if I'm saying that wrong. I hope I'm
No, you're saying it
properly.
right.
But like, what does it actually mean to be
Because
like?
yesterday we were
psychotherapy.
thinking about there's different means, counseling and therapies and psychotherapists. We just want to know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, like even when we were doing our show plan, we were just like, what? Like, we didn't even know we know who you are.
Yeah, we even Googled it to see what's going on. We're like, what's going on here?
We wanted to be as prepared as possible, but like for the listeners that aren't, that don't know what it is, and that might be like, oh, what is that? That sounds interesting. And for the young people that are thinking about careers and stuff like that,
Yeah.
what is an accredited psychotherapist, and what does it mean?
So, for me, an accredited psychotherapist means, a mental health professional who has done a lot of training at an institution or a course that is recognized by a professional body.
Yeah,
And I know that sounds like
that sounds
clinical,
like a lot. Yeah.
clinical terms, but it's someone who's done training at a course or a center or done their masters at a place where the government is saying that this place has, ethical standards.
Yeah.
And the bodies are the people that sets the ethical standards. So it's places like BACP. I know to the normal listeners, this might not mean anything to them, but this is quite important when you're wanting to find out, who shall I pick as my therapist? These are the things you need to find out if they have it. If they are registered to BACP, UKCP, or BABCP, those are ethical standard bodies that, accredit therapists. They'd be like, okay, this person has gone through this amount of training, they've been supervised by a specific supervisor, they've done their clinical hours, they're adhering to these guidelines to ensure that the people that they're seeing are safe, and they've done the correct training. So to normal, I guess, everyday people, they're probably thinking, what's the point? I think the issue is nowadays people do small courses or short-term courses that are 3 to 6 months and call themselves counsellors or therapists. To me, that's quite alarming and scary, because you haven't gone through the necessary training. You're not, being monitored by these government bodies. You're just doing a course and calling yourself a therapist. So you need to be able to go to an institution or course or do a master's course that are regulated by these people, regulated by these bodies. Not only does it protect yourself as a therapist, but also protects the patients. You don't want to go to someone that hasn't had any training or has done training at a random center and is now calling themselves a therapist.
But but then now, listening to that, you said accounting body, someone gives the person, the therapist, and it's like a program, if that makes sense, by the you said
BACP,
BACP,
Yep, and then there's BABCP as well.
Is it I just thought everyone just goes to uni and then they just do it that way, or is there different ways?
It's different ways. So for example, there's I guess people get confused. They think when you do a psychology degree that you become automatically a psychologist, or you become a therapist. So once you finish your undergrad of psychology, or let's say counselling, you then are not a qualified or accredited. Or only the course is accredited. So the course has been given the go-ahead to be taught because it's accredited by BACP or UKCP, for example. So they've said these teachers are teaching the right ethical things to an ethical standard. So you can be taught these things. However, that doesn't mean you're a therapist yet. So you have to do a master's course or a doctorate course to be able to do your clinical caseload. Clinical caseload is just for you to be able to do a placement somewhere. So for example, I had to do 3-year placement, 450 hours, to see different type of patients that come in, to be able to say, yes, this person is accredited because they've done 450 hours, they've completed their assignments, they've gone into work and placement, they've been given the go-ahead that they've passed their placement. So there's certain hoops you need to jump through to be able to be qualified and accredited by these bodies, if that makes sense.
Oh my god, that sounds so interesting. For some reason, I just thought you do uni, you leave, and boom, you're a therapist.
No, I wish it was that easy. For some people, it actually takes, I think, 7 to 8 years to be qualified as a therapist. It's very long. It's mainly because as a therapist, you're working with people's, trauma, real lives. There's a lot happening, so you have to be able to be equipped to handle that kind of stuff. So they need to put you kind of through these tests, through these hoops, to make sure actually you're going to be able to manage what's coming to you as a therapist. So there's a lot of training that goes through it. So when now people are trying to cheat the system or trying to find a shortcut,
that's dangerous.
To me, that's quite dangerous, because you need to be able to be tested yourself to see actually this is something I can handle, this is something I can do.
Whoa, that's actually insane. I think that's why it's good to have these conversations.
Definitely.
Honestly, because it's even from this right now, guys, a lot of you guys listening, I didn't know this either.
Same.
I'm literally I'm blown away, because I didn't know that you had to do certain hours. I didn't know you had to complete a master's on top of your undergrad. That, subhanallah, that must have taken some time, effort, and consistency from you.
It was hard, I'm not gonna lie.
So, as you said, it's hard. Do you feel confident pursuing this path?
Do I feel confident? In the beginning, I wouldn't say I was confident in the beginning because I took a gap year, and I know this is like going back 10, 12 years ago. That's not the traditional route to take a gap year. That
Definitely,
wasn't the norm. So for me, I took a gap year, not knowing what I wanted to do, and that's how I got into volunteering with Women for Change. I knew I wanted to do something that I'm passionate about, and I can find that drive and work towards something that I really enjoy doing.
Definitely.
I just didn't know what it was. And I think for me, what stood out is growing up, the word mental health or anxiety or depression, or even, I didn't even know what it was to be a therapist. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know any other therapist other than the ones that I work with.
I only know about you, and I'm just like, I know one.
So I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I was sure that I was going to do something that I'm passionate about. So for me, I don't have a dramatic story, an amazing story of how I fell into this role. I just know Allah put me in this position, and I'm definitely very grateful for it because it's something I'm quite passionate about. So now I do feel confident. Back then, because of the uncertainty, I wasn't, but now I do feel quite confident about, you know, being in this position, being in this role. It's something that I love doing.
Alhamdulillah.
That's amazing. Like, I'm glad that you feel that way. Like, was it difficult even in your uni like time to feel like this is 100%? Do you always feel like, because you just said right now that you in the beginning you were like you didn't know, but now alhamdulillah you're confident in it. Like, how was that journey? Was that like difficult for you to be like from 0 to 100? Like, was there struggles and personal struggles?
Of course, in life, with anything you do, whether you're passionate or not passionate about it, there's always going to be some sort of struggle. You're going to be met with resistance. So it's just about how you push through. And I think going back to what you said, you know, my training was quite difficult. I know if you don't know, but the therapy world, or being working in the NHS, there's a lot of minorities. I felt like a minority in my course because there wasn't a lot of people that looked like me. I was the only black Muslim person in my course, and then someone else joined, another South Asian woman joined, and I was so excited because I thought, oh my God, someone, you know, who represents, you know, another minority. So for me, it was hard in the beginning because I felt like I was the odd one out. And majority of the therapists are, I think there's the statistics of 97% are white British, and the rest is South Asian background or you know African background. So for me, it felt difficult because in the course there was a lot of cultural nuances that they wasn't understanding. I felt like I was being marginalized. I felt slightly they were trying to intimidate me. And going back to the theories, there's a lot of theory and framework that we have to be trained in as therapists, and I feel like those things doesn't represent like my background or you know the community that I'm from. So I felt as if I was met with a lot of resistance, and they weren't open to getting to know me, getting to know, you know, where I'm from. It was a lot of, this is what it is, these are the theories from a white British, you know, perspective. And
because that's all the like psychologists, everything, like even Freud, just average John Doe, you know. It's like, that's not, you don't get that many ethnic studies.
So I found that part quite challenging, and especially being Muslim, there was a lot of things, ideas and views that go against my religion. So I was able to challenge that and voice that, but you know, I was not met with empathy. They were not thinking about my perspective in a lot of things. So I found that quite challenging, but alhamdulillah, what I realized is that didn't knock my confidence. I was able to just push through and just ignore it. So so I felt like alhamdulillah I had the perseverance, I had the confidence to carry on, because I knew, you know what, Allah put the strength and belief in me that this is the path, this is my journey, and then I just have to kind of block out the noise, block out the negativity, and just kind of power through it.
That's amazing. SubhanAllah. That's such a like amazing story about strength.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And like I feel like a lot of the times, a lot of the listeners out there that are studying or revising or doing so much, like that's something you have to realize. Don't let anything knock your confidence. Don't let one teacher, one student, anybody, even if thinking like if Allah put something like literally, I have a quote on my phone, right?
Tell us the quote. What is the
wallpaper
quote?
right now? The girls are watching it right now, but Allah doesn't put a dream into your heart without providing you the capabilities of accomplishing it. Like that's the quote I have on my background. I have on the background of my screen on my phone.
Yeah.
Every day I open it and I look at it, because like whatever you want to do, whatever you want to achieve, you know you're capable of doing it.
Don't give up.
Allah wouldn't make you.
Don't give up.
Because Allah wouldn't give you that dream without you having the capabilities of accomplishing it.
I agree. And even if you feel like you don't, like, just at least try, you know, find like-minded people. Like, for example, if it wasn't for that, you know, girl, the South Asian girl, I don't think I would have stayed on the course. She was Muslim, so she was able to give me the strength, you know, encourage me to continue, stay on the course. And again, finding that, you know, the power in yourself to be like, you know what, Allah put me on this path. How can I just continue to push through? I know it's not going to be easy. I know it's going to be hard, but I wouldn't be here if it wasn't meant for me. And I feel like for me, the course was so difficult at times that I felt like quitting. But I thought, you know what?
I'm glad you didn't quit.
No, alhamdulillah. I'm grateful I didn't, you know, quit.
Yeah, alhamdulillah. I'm glad you didn't quit, because you're an amazing therapist that anyone could have ever had. Yeah.
You're too kind. Thank you. So yeah, if it's meant for you, you know, it will be for you, but you just have to kind of push through and carry on, and, you know, just ignore all the noise, all the negativity, and find that confidence within yourself to kind of, you know, do what you want to do.
Yeah. SubhanAllah, like, that's amazing. I said that's amazing a lot. But like, I keep saying okay. But it's just because it's just a strong story of empowerment, and I see myself in this sometimes. Like, I'm like, oh, I can't do it. Yeah. Oh, this is too difficult.
Yeah.
The statistic, this is too hard. Or this isn't for people like me.
Oh, you know what kept me going? I'll tell you what kept me going, because I thought that as well. I thought, you know what? What's the point of me trying to change the world or change this field when it's majority white British? Yeah. I thought, you know what? If I don't know any therapist at the moment, I can't imagine those in my communities or minority communities looking for help, and they can't find someone
that looks like them,
or someone that can support them. So I thought, you know what, Zainab, just try to push through for, you know, whatever knowledge and wisdom you gain, you can always bring that back to the community, give it to the next person. You know, think about the younger generation wanting to become psychologist or, you know, therapist or working in mental health sector. So I think sometimes when you feel like things are too much, take a step back and think about, okay, what was my goal? What am I trying to get out of here? I'm not going to see these people for that long. I just have to suck it up for 3 years, and I'm going to get something out of it. I'm going to be able to support my community. I'm going to be able to support myself. No, I can help the younger generations. So the more you think about yourself, you know, that will give you kind of reason to be like, you know what, I can just quit. I can find something else. But the more you think about other people and what this means to them, you know, a lot of people are struggling with mental health and don't know where to access support. There's a lot of discrimination, there's a lot of barriers. So if I was selfish and thought, you know what, let me not do it, let me change the course, I don't think, you know, a lot of people would benefit. And that's not coming from a place of ego to say I have all the answers, but if I have a little bit of knowledge and I pass it to the next person and they pass it on to the next person, there's a lot of changes we can make regarding mental health or even any other, you know, physical health. Any knowledge that we can pass to our communities, I feel like will empower all of us.
Yeah, definitely.
And like that's. Oh, sorry, I'm not even speaking to the camera.
That's how you're so into it right now.
I'm so into it. I'm literally leading into Zainab speak. I'm like, Zainab, tell me more. If only you guys could see from the camera right now, but like I'm very like I'm into it. I'm not even speaking to the microphone. But like, that's like literally right now, me and Astaha, we've benefited so much from you being a therapist without even being one of your clients. Yeah. You know?
She did our first counselling session in Women for Change, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, we enjoyed it so much.
We enjoyed it so much. That was like, was that when you were in uni, by the way?
Yeah, I was still in uni. I was doing my masters. So
yeah.
And that, like, me and Astaha, we took part of that. And like, Astaha, like, share a bit more about how that was for you and how you found it? And
so we did like a counselling session with Zainab and Joe as well. Let's not forget that as well. We did like a session that allowed us to talk to her anonymously. So we write our problems and then we get put into groups and then we write what we can help them and give advice. I swear to God, that was helpful, honestly. Like, because I think I was finishing college, and that was so helpful because I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I wrote it on the thing, and the advice from the girls was helpful. So the counselling session every Friday was beautiful at One for Change.
We did it for like 12 weeks.
Yeah.
We did
12 weeks.
And like we did presenting skills. Oh my God, Zainab, the amount of amazing skills that was communication,
like presentation
self-care,
skills, listening skills, all of that kind of stuff. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that counselling session as well, because
it was
honestly, I hate speaking, but I'm here, alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, and I on a podcast.
Yeah,
Allahumma barik for the growth, guys.
Yeah,
it's been 6 years.
You know, it's so interesting because when you guys talk about those sessions, I felt like you guys were growing, and I was growing as a therapist because I was still new. I wasn't sure what I was doing, and you know, that's nice of you guys to let me kind of practice.
Wallahi, it's helpful. I don't think anyone understands how helpful it is. Even if just let someone try first and then judge after. But wallahi, that was helpful. If it wasn't for her, I would have not chosen the things that I want to do at university.
Oh, you're too kind.
Wallahi, Allah barik. And it helped you choose what you want to do at university. It helped you in your like skills. And it helped like because you're in uni and doing all of that, and it kind of solidify it for you.
100%. Yeah, I think, you know, for me, it gave me the reassurance that actually these are things that I can bring back to the community. I just need to keep going. I can see the benefit of doing these workshops. You know, it's not really therapy, but it's a safe space for people to talk, you know, for children or young people to kind of figure out and work through some of their difficulties. So for me, it helped me quite a lot, building my confidence as a therapist, but it also sounds like it helped you guys as well as young people.
Definitely helped us. So speaking of volunteering, what did volunteering teach you that textbook couldn't? Because it taught you a lot, me.
It has.
Because you already delved into the aspect that in terms it helped you in terms of school, uni, I mean, and like practicing with us. Even though for us it wasn't practicing, we were gaining skills, we got certificates.
Yeah, definitely.
But like, did it do anything for you that like, like the stuff that Steph just said?
So for me, I think, like I said earlier, the school, or you know, when you're being taught these things or being taught how to be a therapist, you know, it's a lot of theory, it's a lot of outdated theory, which you know, it's helpful, I'm not knocking it, but it's not real life experiences of people, especially people in these ethnic minority backgrounds. You know, for me, I'm Somali, so there are a lot of things that I was being taught that was not my experience, or I couldn't relate to it. So coming to volunteering, there's a lot that I feel like I take away. So for example, you know, in a therapy room, usually if you're used to being in a therapy room, or you know, seeing a therapist, you naturally are able to just speak and, you know, offload, you know, what it is that brings you to therapy. But what I learned in volunteering is a lot of people are reluctant to share things that they're experiencing or what struggles that they're going through, because it's not a norm for them. They don't know what a therapist is. You know, they are so held back by culture that they keep things private, which I completely understand. But I think what I learned is having that one-to-one interaction with people in a less intenseful environment can help. You know, like when we're doing volunteering, someone will be like, can I speak to you for 5 minutes? You know, and they're able to speak because they're in a safe place. They feel comfortable in where we're at, you know, where the centre's at, St. Matthew's Centre. So creating a safe place, no matter, it doesn't matter if it's in a therapy room, if it's in a clinical room, it depends on where the patient or the person feels safe and comfortable the most, that they'll be able to share these things. So I think because a lot of, you know, people from these backgrounds are not used to or not familiar about what a therapy room is, or you know, how to seek a support. So a lot of them what I've been taught doesn't really land or, you know, come across well for them. So I've had to learn how to adapt the way I speak, using less clinical words, adapting my perception of what mental health looks like in, you know, these in our communities. So that's quite different, and I'm quite grateful that I was able to volunteer while doing that, because I felt like it gave me a good balance of what people are actually struggling with. What do they know about mental health, what they don't know about mental health. So but I think for me is what I've learned is creating a safe space, and that doesn't mean therapy needs to happen in a therapy room. It can be anywhere as long as this person feels safe and comfortable to be speaking to you.
Alhamdulillah, that's a great lesson.
And
that's like something you wouldn't learn in uni.
Unfortunately, no.
But like, it's a good thing that you had that experience in terms of volunteering. Like last session, me and Nastaha, by the way guys, for those of you that went that last session, my name's Isra. I didn't even say my name. But for last session, we spoke about volunteering, how it helped us, and how it shaped our journey, both mine and Nastaha, and the director, one of the directors that came last week. But tell us, like, you already spoke to us about how volunteering shaped your education and stuff like that. But right now, we already know you're a volunteer. You've been volunteering for quite some time. I think. Whoa. Do you want
nearly 6 years?
6 years.
Something like that. 5 to 6
so since
years.
COVID lockdown.
Since COVID lockdown.
Since COVID. And the last time, by the way, guys, me and Zainab were also on BBC Radio Leicester. And we were
This might be a regular thing for us guys, making a podcast, being on radio.
We might as well. Like right now, literally, we have so much to talk to Zainab about. Allahumma barak. Like, she's so rich with like information. But I am telling you guys, we might just have to do a part 2 because we have so much information for Zainab. But just to reel it in, basically, we were on BBC Radio Leicester and we were talking about your volunteering journey. We spoke about the volunteering journey when we spoke about the centre. Right? We all volunteer, and me and Nastaha, Zainab, and most of the volunteers were all the faces for the Stop the Closure of the St. Matthew's Centre campaign.
That's a mouthful, yes.
Yeah, that was difficult. But so do you want to enlighten the listeners that are unaware of it? For those of them that did not tune in last week and that are unaware of it, do you like to enlighten them about why do you feel that it was important to create the petition? Because you were the one that created the petition. Why do you feel like it was important to create the petition? And what does this... And talk to us about what this means to you. What the community means to you. So that was a lot.
No, that's okay. I can keep up. So I did I start the petition? There's a rumor that I started it. I put the idea out there.
I think it was Zainab.
Zainab? Yeah, so I put the idea that we need to do a petition. And then, obviously, I'm quite bad at technology. Not to show my age, I'm quite bad at technology. So what I asked was my other Zainab, my twin, another volunteer. She did the tech part of it. But what it is, it's a joint effort. It's, you know, all the volunteers. Isra took a part, Nastaha took a part, Zainab, the other Zainab took a part. So we all felt like, you know, how can we make a change? How can we kind of take this... this bad news and turn it into something positive, something that as a community we can all come together. So the idea was, I kind of know that, you know, if you want to make a change, there needs to be some statistics to back it. There needs to be evidence. You know, why would the council invest in something that they feel like it's not being used properly? And also they're saying it's not safe, but that's another conversation. So for me, it was important to show numbers. Showing them numbers means that people are invested in the centre. People are coming to the centre. People are using the centre. So for me,
it gives us hope.
So I thought, let me bring this together. Let me bring everybody together so we can create something that we can show that this centre is loved, is valued, and it's used. So I think it's quite important for everybody. Please sign the petition. If it can happen to St. Matthew's, it can happen to any area. So I know there's a lot of people be like, you know, why don't you move to another area? Why don't you guys relocate? why can't we just invest in our own areas?
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
Why do elderly people, children have to travel to use the library to another area?
Also use even the centre and the services, because the other although the Leicester City Council did say that it was due to it being
not safe,
there's also a lot of services that we provide.
Yes, of course. But we're trying to keep positive. We're trying to get it to 2,000. I think, like you said earlier, we're like
1,600 something. Alhamdulillah. Yes, so keep signing the petition.
Keep signing. We'll be sending it around.
It's on the change.org, guys. Save the St. Matthew's Centre. It's on the change.org at Save the St. Matthew's Centre, guys.
Yeah.
So, like you said, you've started your own practice. So, what made you decide to do your own practice?
Yeah, we introduced her that in the beginning, guys.
Layla Counselling. Make sure you guys, if you guys want her, make sure you guys go on www.laylacounselling.com.
Wow, thank you for the advert.
Yeah.
Thank you for shouting my business out.
Yeah. So if you guys want any advice, anything, because we actually don't have time for you guys to give us to ask her for advice. So make sure you guys go on www.laylacounselling.uk.
Thank you. So yeah, why I started Layla Counselling? Well, my name's not Layla, as you guys can tell. My name is Zainab. But I started Layla Counselling just after I graduated. Unfortunately, Layla's named after my auntie who passed away. So it's been nearly 4 years since she passed away.
Yeah.
And I find it so difficult every time someone asks me, you know, why Layla? Why is the name Layla? It's not Layla.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try my best to stay calm and level-headed
while tissue.
I wouldn't cry on air, but okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I guess to give a legacy to my auntie, and specifically, you know, I have a big family, but for her, she stands out the most to me. And I'm so sorry to my other aunties, but she's my favorite. She's my favorite auntie. Like, if you were to have met her, or if anybody knows her, she is like the most positive. She's like she was a light. No matter what struggles or difficulties this lady went through, you would not see it on her.
Definitely not.
She would power through. There's a lot that life threw at her, but the fact that she was able to be resilient, get back up, bring herself to a country, bring her children to a new country, manage day-to-day things, manage the stresses, and that she was able to create a life for herself. And, you know, for me, Layla meant a lot to me. Why I wanted to name that, you know, my private practice that, because I wanted it to be a reminder for myself that, you know, when things are difficult, how would my auntie respond to things? How would she react to things? You know, she was someone who's always bubbly, someone who's lighthearted. She never took things to heart. So I kind of wanted to continue a legacy for her, and kind of shine a light on her, and also kind of help patients who come in kind of feel that as well, feel that lightness. For me to be able to give them a safe space to talk about things, for me to be that positive person in their life. So anything, the things that she embodied and she was, I kind of try to bring that to my private practice as much as possible. But yes, I'm going to leave it there before I get emotional.
No, it's okay to get emotional. This is definitely still a safe space, and thank you so much for sharing that with us. Like, it's taken a lot, and subhanAllah, I could even see, like, coming off the back of that, and the grief that comes with someone that you love so much dying, and
definitely,
like, for you to be able to speak about it in such a positive way shows a lot of growth. And
I
know you're the therapist. Like, you're the therapist in the room. Like, but Allah Barak, it takes a lot of growth, no matter who you are, no matter what you do. And subhanAllah, thank you so much for sharing that with us.
No problem. Thank you for making me feel vulnerable.
It's supposed to be the other way around. You're therapist, right? But just to let you know, guys, therapists can feel emotion as well.
Exactly.
So don't. That's one thing as well. What misconception did you have about therapy before entering, and also people?
That's a good question. I don't think, like I said earlier, I didn't know any therapists, so I didn't personally have any misconception. But I think what other people tell me is that therapists are meant to fix you, that I have all the answers. Sometimes I know this, I shouldn't admit this, but sometimes I don't know what I'm supposed to say to patients at times. Sometimes I sit in silence because, you know, what I'm hearing is it's a lot, and people's experiences can be a lot sometimes. You know, it's all about how can you give them the space for them to be able to process it. I feel like for me to be genuine in my responses is important. So I think a lot of misconceptions that patients come in is that my therapist is going to fix it or they can give me the right answers. It's about us working together. How can you tell me what's happened, and how can we work together to figure out a way forward? How can you know, as a therapist, what I try to remind myself is I'm always the one who has to have hope for the patient. If I lose hope and they're already coming in hopeless, how's that going to benefit anyone? So yes, I can't fix everything, but I'm going to hold the hope for you. I'm going to try hold the light for you so you can find your path. So yeah, I think the misconception is that I'm supposed to fix everything, but obviously I can't. So I try my best to support and guide them as much as I can.
But that's like the most important thing. Sometimes people don't really need anybody to fix their problems, because they could do that. They just need someone to believe in them.
And sometimes 100%. They just need someone to listen. Definitely.
I think that's quite important. A lot of people, you know, are lonely. They don't have families. Even if they do have families, there's a lot that they can't share. So me trying to come in with my ego saying, I know this, or this is the answer. No one wants that.
No one wants that. That's definitely wrong. No one wants that.
So yeah.
But with that, like, of course, you are someone that is doing a lot, and you are a therapist, and you're in people's lives, and some people might come with the wrong idea, might come for you to fix them and fix their lives and stuff like that. But you're dealing with a lot already, your own personal life, someone else's personal life, and like you're doing so much. And what would that mean in the sense that how would you protect your own mental health? Because if you're...
That's a lot, definitely, to take in. Lot. Right now it's a lot for me.
You know,
I think for me, alhamdulillah, I'm quite a resilient person. I feel like, yes, I'm quite emotional, I'm an empath, but I'm also quite confident and resilient. So I need to recognize, I found this hard in the beginning, I need to recognize when I'm getting to a point of burnout. I'm still trying to figure that out now. What I do automatically, I just pray. I pray 2 rakat, and yes, sometimes I might not feel okay straight away, but I know I'll be okay. So just trying to mentally, when I come home, not to think about it. I know it's quite hard to do that, but I'm trying to get in the habit of practice. If it's too heavy, pray 2 rakat, leave it to Allah, and continue with my day.
Definitely.
So with that, it's like time is running out.
I know, we could yap all day.
We'd love to interview you some more, because we had so much fun, and we even have like so much fun. We have still a lot to talk about. And guys, Zainab is like, we know Zainab personally, right? And Zainab's such an amazing person.
Definitely.
Like, I hope you guys could tell from as much as you can see online, but like, Zainab is so supportive and so kind.
Don't make me cry, guys.
But like, this is
Allahumma barik.
And you do so much, like, and you're just so positive. You know,
you can tell through her voices, guys.
You could tell through the screen, like can't even see her.
You can't even see her.
But you know, like, Zainab's such an amazing person, and seeing that kindness and that care is just amazing. So I urge you guys all to check out Layla Counselling at www.laylacounselling.uk. Yes.
It's okay. I said .com at first, but it's .uk.
.uk. But guys, with that, do you want to ask Zainab if you have any closing questions?
Oh yeah. What's one message you want to every listening to listen?
One message I have for everybody?
Yes. For all the listeners that are listening out there, because we appreciate you guys so much for listening to our podcast. So we want you guys to all leave with something.
If you are struggling, find support. You know, if it's not your family you can't go to, if you can't go to your friend, find someone that you trust and, you know, access that support. Secondly, find something that grounds you. You know, whether that's family, religion, you know, community. If you don't have anything that grounds you, find something. You know, we all need that something to give us that hope, to keep us going. So find something that grounds you, and if you can't and you feel like you're struggling, get support. Thank you for having me, girl.
Yeah,
Thanks
for
for being here, Zainab. Like, thank you so much for being here, and thank you to all of our listeners. And like, we wish you guys all the best for Ramadan.
Yeah.
So
we encourage you to check out Layla Counselling and support the business. This is
also to sign the petition.
Yes, save the St. Matthew's Centre.
Because guys, this is the end of our live, and me and Nastah are not going to be here next week.
Oh, I'm so sad, but it's okay. Next week we have another group that's coming from organisation taking over. So please tune in. Thank you.